Oh, good evening from Rangers Stadium on a humid, rainy night for football.
Wet and rainy night.
I'm Noah Casa. Alongside me, as always, is Joel Geist. We welcome you into this Lakes Area TV broadcast of the Forest Lake Rangers taking on the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack.
And welcome to all the first responders here tonight. It is First Responders Night. Also, Tackle Cancer.
A little two-for-one action on the themes tonight.
A little two-for-one. Got us some great causes here to go with. As always, the first responders bring in the ginormous flag.
Yeah, I mean that's the Gander Outdoors flag right there. That's what the Perkins flag.
I mean, you've all seen it on 35. No matter where you're tuning in from, you've seen that flag.
There's two of them. If you miss the first one, you're bound to see the second one.
Right.
All right. So tonight we got a match up here against the Wolfpack. Like we were saying, the Wolfpack coming in here 0-2 on the year. Rangers coming in 2-0.
Yeah.
So the Rangers going to look to continue to stay undefeated, and the Wolfpack trying to get their first win of the season. They have not done well. They have not been real close games.
They have not
yet this year. White Bear, they beat them 28-14.
But do you know what is a good equalizer of scores, though?
Weather.
And we have a lot of that tonight.
Yes, we do.
We have wind and we have rain, and it's not cold though. I will say, it's one of those. It's one of those nice. It's almost like a summer rain because if it would have been like a couple of days ago and raining, that's when it's cool and like no.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I was at TCO
you get
for that game.
You get the stingers, and man, that's cold. But right now, tonight, it seems to be a bit on the warm side. Also humid too. So clearly because it's raining. But
the good thing about that is, unfortunately, I mean, I guess it's not a good thing that Mac is out, but the good thing about it is the fact that we've had two running backs step up and play a major role in the last two wins, and their stats are much better than the starting running back for Park, who's only ran for 101 yards on 27 carries in 2 games. He's got 1 touchdown and a fumble. Nothing to shake your finger at necessarily, but lacking when it's compared to the Rangers' offense and how we've been running the ball this season.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is if you look at the Forest Lake Freightliners that are coming out here, you got number 71 Jack Shellgren and a host of others. You got number 77 Logan Speckle. Both of those guys pushing the upward bounds of as big as high school tackles get. So there is one thing that you can say, like maybe the running back doesn't have the best stats, but maybe he doesn't have those big guys to run behind.
Correct. Yeah. We did a little bit of a look. It looks like there's some size over there on Park Cottage Grove, but it's inconsistent, and size always doesn't mean a skillful enough player to start in 6A football.
I mean, you can be a 300-pound lineman and not be able to move your feet at all.
Correct. We saw that with forgot where he was taken in the draft, but Tampa Bay drafted a player like that this year that was like 6'6", 350 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was cut because even throughout training camp, he was just not athletic enough to play at that level.
And actually, that was the 400-pound guy from Florida.
From Florida State. Or Florida?
From Florida Gators.
Florida.
Tampa Bay gave him a cup of coffee and see if he could work it out. But, I mean, it's just one of those things that playing shape is different than just being big.
Yes.
And, you can be big and never hit the weight room and not be able to move somebody that's half your size just because they're stronger than you. So it is one thing that, I'm looking forward to the Forest Lake Freightliners moving the ball tonight. It is a good thing that they've designated that Mac was out, I believe, because you really don't want him on a slippery field coming off of an ankle. I think somebody said it might be Achilles.
Yeah.
And So it's something that you don't want to bring him back on a field like this tonight. I mean, it's a great field. It's just wet and slippery. You don't need to have ankle problems on a wet and slippery field.
Yep. We're going to step away momentarily for the anthem, and we'll be right back here in a short minute. All right, here we go. So getting back to what we were saying, good with Mac not being in this game. We talked about that a little bit in the podcast earlier this week too. About again, this just isn't also a matchup that you necessarily want to play with the ankle injury,
right,
based on just the history of how Park has been this season. Again, like we emphasized on the podcast as well, we don't want to look past a team that has 2 losses on the season because you don't want to be the ones that get upset.
Right.
However, on paper, it is a good game for Mac to stay out of and be back for next week with a more competitive matchup against Eastridge, I believe.
Well, and I mean, the thing is even if it wasn't, even if it was tender last week against Anoka, and we pulled it off against a solid squad like Anoka.
Woodbury, excuse me, next week.
Yeah, Woodbury. But we pulled it off against a solid squad last week against Anoka, and I hope you guys all tuned in for our broadcast that we have. If you couldn't have made it out to the Tornadoes field, but I will say that there was a lot of the Ranger faithful that went into Anoka, and we
traveled well.
We traveled well, and there was definitely a lot of noise coming from both sections, the student section, and we had a parent section cheerleader as well.
Curtis and Justin McPhee, yep.
So, he was out there, running the chants for the parents, and we had our student section that was definitely cheering on everybody. But also, just a little reminder here to like and subscribe. That'll tell you when the podcast that we have coming up. To a lot of the families out there, if you're not sure on how who opponents are, what to look forward to in the game. That podcast, me and Noah go through a lot of what to look for, what our expectations are, and also a synopsis of the game that we're currently watching. So
correct, yeah. Looks like we're getting ready to get her all teed up and kicked off here. The Rangers are going to be returning. They'll be headed south into the south end zone. Brooks Roan and Micah Savageau deep to return for the Ranger faithful.
So if the wind keeps like this the rest of the night, we will have the wind with us in the second and the fourth quarter.
Correct.
Currently, we are going into the wind for any passing that we're going to be doing in this quarter.
Matthew Commande has it all teed up, and we are ready to get this one underway. It's going to go into the end zone, and the Rangers will start at the 20, and that is where Connor Johnson will bring the offense out. He has not thrown much this year, but boy, when he has, he's been efficient. He's 18 for 19 on the season.
Absolutely. The efficiency that this offense has been running, we've been leaning on the run game. And with Mac being out last week, and also, for a quarter quarter and a half of 2 weeks ago, that lends to more people needing to step up.
Richley in the backfield behind Connor. We're going to run an option. It's going to go out to DJ Westman, who's trying to get to the edge, makes a move across the 30 and pulled down from behind by the 35. We got a horse collar, and that's going to add on an extra 15.
And that'll move the chains.
So Rangers, a good first play of the game. And first down, a bonus 15.
Did you notice he put his foot in the ground and he
got north and south.
He got north and south right away.
He got south.
He did go south. So that's one thing that tonight I think it's going to be really important is to get going north and south, because you don't want to stretch it out on a wet field, because the faster you get going, the harder it is to cut up. So if you see a quick line that you can take a 4 or 5 yards easily, you should do that here.
Johnson works the offense, ball placed on the 50. Westman in motion, Johnson speed option, turns back around. He had Richley on the pitch, but elected to try and spin back.
I think that was a good choice not to pitch that.
Correct.
Right there. He heard footsteps, and they were definitely around him. If he does pitch that, there's a good chance somebody grabs his arm, and that ends up
You're basically already in the grasp at that point. You
right.
got to do what you can do as a runner to try and make something happen.
And I mean, the biggest thing for the Force Lake offense is just don't take those really bad plays. If you continue to work down the field, they should have no problem in the running game.
Handoff to Rago, right side, breaking tackles across the 40 and dives forward.
Man.
He'll have the first down and a few more.
Just put the blade down and get the bulldozer going. Durago's coming through. Force Lake Freightliners definitely made a nice hole in Durago. Durago made 3 guys miss, took contact from all 3 of them and ran over them, and then finally the last guy gets him, number 10 there, I think.
Durago last week led the Ranger offense with 84 yards on 18 carries. So we'll see if he can keep that production up this week. Give me another handoff. No, fake handoff going the same direction as Durago. Johnson jumps forward, going to gain 1, and that'll set us up for 2nd and 9.
The question is tonight, I'm curious if we're going to see as many of the two-way players as we did in Anoka, just because of the field. Also, you might have some of your other guys come in and take some of those snaps away, so your main players don't get too worn out.
Johnson with a running back in each pocket sends Richley in motion out to the left side. Handoff to Rago, shrugs off a tackle, spins through another couple, and lunges forward, gain of 5.
Man.
That's the thing with Durago. You need more than one guy there at the beginning of the tackle and point of contact. Otherwise, he's going to shrug that off and go for another 5.
Right, and Durago is a bigger fella.
He's a load to handle.
He is that move tight end / fullback / big receiver on the outside if he has to be. He kind of fills a big Swiss Army knife role here.
Westman back in motion, handoff to Rago up the middle, still bouncing off of tackles and taken down a yard short, so that'll bring up 3rd and 1 or 2. We do have a flag on the play. We'll see what that call ends up being. Will it be a first down for the Rangers, or are we going backwards?
No.
Rangers are calling on Park.
Looks like probably. Well, I mean,
one face mask.
One thing that, when you're fighting for yards like this, people are just trying to grab in and wrapping an arm around. They don't know they're grabbing their face mask a lot of times. It's just a lot of times it happens when you just, because clearly you need more than 1 or 2 people to tackle Durago, and when a lot of times you just grab that mask and yank it down, and it's tough to stop.
Johnson first down and 10 from the 15. He drops to pass. It's going to be a tunnel screen, batted away. Beautifully played by Jarius Boston.
And right now you can see the rain really coming
Wolfpack.
down. It is kind of weird, though. I think we got some sun coming in behind us, so it looks like this might be the heavy
last
end of the last bit, because it out in the distance there. It looks like the sun is starting to peek through, which could be helpful.
Yeah, in the second half, these field conditions might be completely different with the way that these fields drain.
Right.
Johnson sends Westman in motion. Pitch out to Westman. He's going to try and get to the edge. Turns up right at the sideline and is shoved backwards out of bounds. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
That was great pursuit on the Park defense there. There was 3 solid blockers in front, and they still pushed him all the way to the sideline. So good job by Park defense there.
That was one of those runs that Westman had to stretch it all the way out.
Right.
There wasn't a whole lot of cutback opportunity.
But, I mean, even if you do just, back right into one of those blockers, kind of a la J.J. McCarthy last week for the Vikings, sometimes you can squirt through.
Johnson
just
throws,
wide
Rayfield, got him, touchdown, Rangers.
And oddly enough, it's Rayfield once again, and Rayfield is the guy that Connor always looks to if he's going to throw it for more than 3, 4, 5 yards, and it's just Rayfield. Rayfield's depth of target is.
Rayfield is currently averaging. We got a weird formation here. Rangers look like they're going for 2. Park is very confused, trying to scramble their defense around. Not something they would have seen on tape. Johnson keeps himself and is in for the 2 points.
Well, who did we see? Prior Lake did, or
Prior
no?
Lake.
Anoka did that.
Yes.
Anoka did that all last week. So maybe it's something that B-Scout saw, and
Anoka though has been doing it. So the Rangers, there was no confusion trying to line that up on defense against the Tornadoes last week. This is something the Rangers haven't done in a couple of seasons. I believe it was a Ferraro thing back in the day. They did it a couple of times, so that wouldn't have been on tape, and you could clearly see the confusion on Park's behalf.
Absolutely. And, if you joined us for the podcast this week, that comes out on Thursdays, we talked about this kind of, we're not really looking past Park at all, but we are probably going to try a lot of stuff that we may not normally try in a game where we're playing the Stillwaters, we're playing the Mounds Views. Those teams that have really played us tough a lot, Prior Lake, you're going to play those guys pretty vanilla and pretty straightforward with all the stuff that you feel really comfortable with.
Commande and Akins back deep to receive the kick for the Wolfpack.
From one of the bright, shining moments of last week.
This one is in the air. It's going to wind up in just short of the end zone, but it'll go through. Touchback, and that's where the Wolfpack will set up shop right at the 20-yard line.
Our kicker had a great game last week.
Anywango,
45-yarder.
45-yarder.
45-yarder, and it was probably about a 60-yard punt in the most clutch time that we needed it.
For both. Yeah. One iced the game and one completely flipped the field and made it a lot harder for Anoka to even try and answer.
Right, and then comes up with 2 huge tackles on the returns that he kind of outkicked his coverage a little bit, and that has nothing to do with him. He put a solid boot on it. If you can outkick your coverage, I guess that just happens. Your gunners just have to get better.
I'm trying to get a number down there on QB1.
No monoscope today?
No monoscope today. That one's wrapped up and dropped in the backfield.
14.
Looked like the Rangers tried to say the ball came out. 14. It is Latavian Scott. That's going to be a storyline going into this one. They're on their 3rd-string quarterback tonight. It sounds like Prior Lake may have a few missing ACL, MCLs down on that other sideline, and it cut a few seasons short.
You mean, when they played Park last week?
The 2 games prior, yes.
Oh, okay.
Coming into this game, it was Easton Erickson, who was 21 for 42, 8 yards passing. He had a touchdown but 2 interceptions. So we'll see what the third stringer can do. The junior from Park Cottage Grove. Running out left. Looks like a design quarterback run, and that
Howie
is sniffed
Johnson
out
sniffed
immediately.
him out.
I believe that was...
Oh, wait, no, that was not Howie.
That was Loomis and Schleif.
Schleif.
Yeah. So two plays that have not gone for positive yards so far here against the Ranger Wrecking Crew. And we were talking last week, I think if they decide to try and pass tonight, I'm still standing by my number of 5 sacks out of Howie.
Yeah, it's
I could see it getting ugly.
well, it could get ugly, but it could also be that you might be sitting down and we get a lot of Andrew Johnson, A.J. Wiley, and maybe some underclassmen come in.
That's
and
true.
See, because
That's true. It'll be 5 for Howie if he plays full whistle to whistle, but
Yeah.
I doubt that that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either. But we did have the rain stop, it looks like.
sun
No,
is
I guess it's
definitely-
still raining just a bit, but it is clearing. So
The sun is peeking out from behind the booth.
yeah, so
I believe we had a Wolfpack timeout there at the end.
so is
So it'll be
everybody?
third and 15.
Is everybody on Park wearing the Guardians caps?
They were one of 2 teams last year to make it across
Mandatory?
the board. They will be wearing Guardian caps the entire season, practice and games.
I've never worn one of those. Is it?
I never did either. I was done before
You
the
probably
Guardian
should have.
caps. I probably should have. 4 concussions? Yeah, I probably should have had one of those on.
Well, I had my fair share as well.
Big 3rd down and 15 for the Ranger defense, and B-Scout sends the house. Latavian throws outside, brought in, nice catch. That is going to be Caleb Mifta on the reception.
Looks like Derek Luma, or is it, no, that's Dagerstrom. On the tackle.
So now 4th down, and it looks like the Wolfpack's going to bring in the punting unit. From what I did in my research, it looks like their standout player that's going to be their player to watch is going to be Matthew Commande. He is their starting receiver. He kicks, he punts, he does a Swiss Army knife of things like Durago, and seems to be a weapon. And this one is badly miffed. Tomakun comes up and makes a tackle, but I believe
That is going to be a first down.
they got the first down. So a low dribbling snap. Tomakun did his best to get up there and make a good open field tackle, but he's a yard too late on that one. So the Wolfpack will take back over. 1st down and 10. Ball now on the 30.
Good job by the punter there, just to try and get yardage and get it back.
It's one of those plays there where I think a lot of the guys that got into the backfield woed up thinking he was still going to try and punt it, and they were going to stand there for the block, and he just took off and got what he could, and it ended up being just enough.
Well, and the other thing is he's a punter, so like if he starts to try and kick it, you're going to get a penalty right away because you're running into the kicker. So
Scott drops the ball in the backfield, taken down. Ball was loose. I think Scott got back on it. The wet ball rearing its ugly head here early for Park.
Aiden Waslick on the tackle there. Solid penetration there and straight up the middle, possibly helping to cause that fumble, let alone make the tackle.
Second down, 18 to go, ball on the 22. Scott sends a man in motion, quick pitch out to the left side, and that's eaten up by the Ranger Wrecking Crew. Can't run on these boys.
Dagerstrom again, AJ Dagerstrom.
Keon Moody on the carry. You were saying?
I was just saying A.J. Dingerstrom on the tackle. It's going to be one of those weird nights. It looks like they're trying to run a lot of stretch plays, and I don't think that's going to work very well against this Forest Lake defense. We definitely have some linebackers that can cover ground, and also, Schleif and Howie Johnson can get around those edges pretty quick. And
Scott mishandles the snap and is taken down.
That's Christensen and Loomis, maybe?
So now Park's going to have to punt again out of their own end zone, and if they have troubles with the snap again.
No, that's Waslick again. That was Cullen Christensen and Waslick once again, the exact same two players who were on the previous almost fumble play. Wow, they are definitely moving back. It is 4th and a country mile here.
Commande standing with his heels on the goal line. Good snap this time. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Be taken by the Rangers, crossing the 50, cuts back, across the 40, down the sideline. He's got blockers ahead, and he's returned it down to the 30. That was Roan on the return, and a beauty at that. Weaving down the sideline. First down and 10 Rangers.
Yeah, you could kind of tell it was a good punt, so he kind of had to try and turn and catch it, so he couldn't catch it straight on, and that's a really tough ball to catch when it's wet, coming in on a punt end over end. So we'll see what they have in store for us coming out. Currently 8-0 Rangers. Good field position. Johnson
has his offense ready to go. Richley in the backfield. Speed option, pitch to Westman, weaves his way out to the sideline. He's got the first down and a couple of more before he's forced out of bounds inside the 20, and the Rangers are in the red zone.
That'll move the chains. That one right there, solid. He kind of took it north and south, and then stretched it out a little bit. Look at that block by Durago there, man. You could tell the guy that he was blocking was just frustrated. He just tried to rip him down at the end. Like, this play is off, but way past me, but I'm just going to try and rip you down anyways.
Johnson, handoff back to Westman. Right side, inside the 5 and pulled down. We got another horse collar, and that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Man, that's the second horse collar on Westman. You know you're fast when you're only getting horse collar.
Yeah, grabbing for anything they can get. So the Rangers playing a very clean brand of football so far tonight, and the Wolfpack piling up the 15-yard penalties.
Well, that one really won't hurt them so much because they were on the 5. It'll be 2.5 yards when it should be 15, but
3 minutes to play in the game, or in the first quarter, the game. My Lord.
You almost took that flag right in the face mask.
Johnson out of the pistol, Richley behind him. Westman in motion. Johnson hands off Richley right side, and he's down just about back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, he had a touchdown there, and he just got caught by the knee.
Well, you know what I'm going to say about that play.
What are you going to say about that play? I don't know, actually.
Short side of the field. I mean, we've been
true.
We've been stretching this defense out. You can stretch this defense out. There's no reason to have all those bodies stacked up in a small space.
Well, Durago checks in at tailback. We got an idea who this one's going to. Johnson sends Westman in motion. Handoff Durago, puts his head down, lunges forward. And they're going to call him down on the inch-yard line. Third down, Rangers, and less than a stick of gum.
Yeah, the old note card might not fit in between the ball and the I think Johnson probably just going to run up.
Keep it himself.
Run up behind Bodine here.
Johnson, left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Rangers.
Yeah, I mean,
extending the lead to 14-0.
you can get right in behind Logan Speckle there, and usually you can find a hole. Looks like we found a little more rain pocket there. We got a rainbow, and it started raining again, so at some point this is going to be a different type of weather.
I heard a really loud cheer coming in from a distance. I think it was all the way from Collinsville, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Some Ranger fans down there tuning into the game.
Oh, nice. And I'm sure we got some others from
all
over the place. Last week.
So far, I haven't heard anything farther than Collinsville. So if you got something farther, let us know.
Yeah.
Kick is up and good.
Yeah, that's a good one. What is the
furthest Ranger fan we have?
Yes.
And
Beat also, Collinsville, Illinois is the
mark to beat.
The mark to beat. But I'm going to guess we have viewers
100%.
from a lot further than that.
There's probably a lot of grandparents taking this one in from Tampa,
Absolutely.
Florida.
Arizona,
yeah.
maybe.
Minute 37 left to play in the first quarter. Rangers up 15-0.
And speaking of parents,
big shout out.
Big shout out to the Lazchek family, which we have been saying Lazchek wrong for 3 years
for
now.
About 3 years.
It's been about 3 years. Brother Stefan was on the team, and now it's Niall. And big apologies. We are a fact-based broadcasting program here.
And a huge shout-out for the sweet treats.
Yes.
Up in the booth.
And I'm on a keto diet.
That one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Have been working on that, and we've lost some LBSs last week. But you know what? That cookie was worth it. My
100%,
gosh, that was a good
100%.
cookie.
But yeah, no. We've been on camera enough. If you see us,
right,
don't come up to the booth during the broadcast.
Right.
But before, after the game, walking around, if you see us and you got a correction, let us know.
Right. Also, if you have somebody that beats the Collinsville distance, come on up and tell us.
Shout out on the broadcast. Yeah, let us know.
Last week we had the Rayfield family that was tuning in from up north Minnesota, and they enjoy the broadcast every week. So
their rain lasted a week.
Yeah.
Scott brings the Wolfpack out. We got a flag already, but Wolfpack seems to be confident that one's going to be on the Rangers.
Defense.
So that one will move the ball 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. Ball on the 25.
Tommy Kubis coming in at that defensive end.
Let's see.
This is an interesting package. We kind of got 3 defensive ends in there. Schleif is kind of being covered up by Kubis on the outside.
My. Ooh, Ranger Wrecking Crew. Hats off. Howie Johnson.
That was A.J. Wiley, I think.
I think it was both of them. Both of them.
Yeah. A.J. Wiley and Howie Johnson. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Uh-oh. All right.
And we're back.
And just so everybody knows, we did have something planned for pregame.
Oh, we had a Scott running outside, taken down. Tamakun comes up, makes a nice open field tackle.
We did have something planned, but this rain kind of threw a whole monkey wrench into the works. We thought we were all set, and then
big props to Paul also figuring out
right.
We had some camera problems prior to the game. Paul got those all figured out.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 12, ball on the 18, and the Wolfpack's going to need a big play, not only to pick up the first down, but just to get some momentum going here.
Right.
They're going to hand it off going right side, and that's not going to be the play they were looking for. And I'm guessing the punting unit comes back in because that's going to be 4th down and 12.
They can wipe it off.
4th and 11, and the quarter will expire. So we'll take the long walk back down to the other side.
Sorry, I'll let the producer be the producer. I will no longer speak.
We got a camera go down, and Joel's worried about water droplets.
Well, he's looking at a really small screen. We're looking at a big screen, and you can tell on the bigger screen more than you can tell on his producer screen.
4th and 11. Wolfpack's going to punt. If we can get a return like the one that we got out of Roan, you know what? I'm waiting for Roan to take one back this year. He's got the athletic ability.
If he moves up, he can get the.
He's got the athletic ability to do it. So,
yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna, attempt to take everything to the house. I mean, I think the starters kind of know the way this game is going, and they're going to take advantage of the time that they have on the field tonight, because we may start to see some other players get some time in on some underclassmen, just in case we have injuries later on. We can see what they're working with, get them used to the big lights. We had talked about Tamakung last year, played a little bit last year, and got a little bit of experience. And look at what he's turned into this year. Two interceptions.
Leads the team
with interceptions. Also coming up from that corner spot and doing a good job on tackling.
Nearly blocked. This one's going to go way out of bounds. Tamakung leading the conference in interceptions this year. Had the first one on the first play of the season, and then last week to close it out.
Right. Bookends.
Rangers are going to take over. They're going to finally spot the ball. That is a terrible spot if they put it at the 50. That ball went out of bounds.
That ball was caught at the 50 with
out of bounds. That ball went out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, well. Need more yards.
Yeah. Pad stats a little bit more. Johnson walks his offense back out. 1st and 10, ball on the 50.
So
the referee's trying to figure something out. I think they were trying to figure the spot out. Ranger coaches were not necessarily happy about where that ball got spotted. Durago in motion. Johnson, quick throw to Savaggio. Off of Savaggio's hands and incomplete.
That was,
I feel like those passes are not the ones to be running today in wet weather. When you're running into the ball and it's got to be a fastball down to the sideline.
Well, you also don't want to let everybody by.
Yeah.
That looked like it was was a screen, and normally what you're supposed to do is on a screen you're supposed to block for a little bit and then let them go. They forgot the little bit part.
You at least got to get in the way. Johnson, handoff, Richley, up the middle, through a hole, keeps the legs turning.
Dragging tacklers.
1st down and a pickup of a few more.
That'll move the chains.
13-yard run for Richley.
Showing some solid power there through the middle.
Well, and that was huge because Richley last week only had 16 yards. He has already surpassed that tonight.
Yeah, last week they were trying to move stretch Richley out quite a bit.
Anoka had some good edge rushes.
Yeah, and that was where when you could get yards north and south is what we really wanted to do. But
Richley still through the whole left side, falls forward, gain of 4 on the play.
And does look like we got
I think it's
very little rain.
Rain is minimal.
It is nowhere near the monsoon that it was when we started the game.
No, I was a little bit worried at the start, but hey, you know what? We're ready to rock and roll now. And hopefully by the end of halftime, this field is almost dry.
Well, there is a lot of wind out, so it
Johnson
might,
looks to throw.
Got to get rid of
has
it.
pressure, backside at Rayfield, but he just couldn't get his head back around and adjust to it.
I think
incomplete.
I think a lot of that had to do with the field conditions there. He tried to spin, and it looked like he was expecting himself to have enough footing to be able to turn around and grab that ball.
Well, and I think if Johnson has half a second more and not somebody in his face, that ball's a little bit more dead on, and he may not have to adjust to it. It was good pressure by Park, and Johnson made a good throw for the pressure he was facing. 3rd down and 6 now. Got to believe this one's going outside to Westman. And it is a pitch to Westman, right side. Gets the edge down the sideline. He's only got a safety to beat, and he's taken down at the 5. So a big run for Westman.
And that was a great job getting to the sideline. He showed me. That'll move the chains. But he definitely showed me that hey, maybe north-south right there isn't the best way. So I will take my
Westman
my,
is. I think Westman is about the only player that can do a lot of the east to west stuff that we have. Durago, Richley, Mac to an extent.
Mac just makes the guy miss.
Yeah, Max.
Oh, we got an end around here. That is
Westman again fights off the tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
All right, a little Sally there.
From the angle here in the booth, I glanced down at the TV and we went to black screen there for a second again. Yikes. I picked it up down on the field. Anyuango on to tack on the extra point and try and make this advantage 22-0. And as long as we get the good spots that we've been getting, I think we should have no problem with that. Wolfpack's got 12 on the field.
Well, oh well.
Maybe it was 11. I could have sworn they had 12. Tough angle to try and count heads at.
You were counting the Guardian caps as 2.
Then they had 22 on the field. Some of my research for this week.
Yeah? What do we got?
Forest Lake and White Bear are the only 2 unbeaten teams left in our conference. So the Metro East.
Stillwater?
Stillwater is not. They lost week 1. They had their first win against Park last week.
Right.
There have been no interconference matchups yet. So we are yet to see how the conference will fare against interconference matchups. But we are 3rd in point differential, and that is something that we talked about on the podcast when it comes to seeding.
Yeah.
For playoffs. So that's why in high school it's one of those things that there's a lot of people that don't like when scores get run up. But at the end of the year, when it comes down to seeding, point differential is one of the metrics that is used to make.
Which is terrible.
It is terrible. But you're almost incentivized to run the score up.
Right. It's terrible, but there really is no other metric because, some of the seeding is also based on coaches' votes. So if you don't get enough votes, then you're at a lower rank. Also, maybe you haven't played those top tier teams, and you get really you might be undefeated, but you haven't played anybody that's been really really good. So the only thing that they can base it on is margin of victory, and that's where a lot of those coaching votes get knocked, is if they don't play a solid opponent.
So I think that right there, we just witnessed the best kickoff that Onuongo has had all season. That one sailed through the back of the end zone, something that he kicks well, but we've seen a lot of his kickoffs get up in the air and land inside the 5, and they've been returnable.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's back there, and he's a good tackler enough that if they start breaking it loose, he's made 2 touchdown-saving tackles this season.
Well, the one thing that you can say is hang time is really good on punts, on kicks. Sometimes it's to your detriment because it has enough time for your blockers to set up. Mm-hmm. And you can get, because you can't do the wedge anymore, but you can at least get set up into a decent return. They used to run a wedge, and you used to touch shoulders and just obliterate people, and that was when kickoffs were fun. Sorry. Dangerous, but fun.
So the Wolfpack has changed up the offense on the last 2 plays. They have gone to what a lot of 9-man teams run with 2 running backs, both ready to receive the snap, and it's direct snaps to one or the other. Both of those last carries have
Wildcatish.
been Breven Yang was the recipient on the last 2. But now it looks like they are going to go back to Scott coming in at quarterback. 3rd and long.
I think they're just trying to find something to get any kind of momentum going.
Yeah. Scott brings a normal-looking offense back onto the field. We got a lot of shifts going on here.
Park coaching staff is going to swap around.
Third in point differential, like we were talking about, but they are also 3rd in points scored.
Okay.
Behind White Bear Lake and Stillwater. Stillwater's number 1.
Even though they are 1-1.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
Which is one of the things that that matters less to me than you have point differential, but so you ran up the score on a team.
Bad teams, yeah.
And that's why we're probably going to be playing people into the 3rd quarter maybe a little bit. But I think we have some underclassmen that are ready to step up and maybe.
Scott tries to throw way outside.
AJ
caught.
Dagerstrom back there.
Brought down, huge loss.
Where's that Waslick again?
Commande is going to be back on his own goal line again trying to punt this ball away. And if the Rangers get a good rush, they were pretty close to blocking the last punt.
Yeah.
This one could also very well get blocked if we got the correct rush coming off the outsides. We'll see if Roan will be able to have a chance at returning this one. The last one was booted out of bounds.
I couldn't get the number on that tackle.
Commande high, winding punt.
Get away.
Takes a Force Lake bounce. And that ball will wind up at the original line of scrimmage, so a punt of a net 9 yards.
Yeah, that one took a really bad bounce for Park there.
Nothing.
Almost hit a Ranger. Almost hit a Ranger, and that would have been real bad. But you're not expecting the punt to land on top of you when you're 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
Had it done that, how fun would it have been though for Schleif to pick it up and try and outrun everybody to the end zone?
Hey, that would have counted.
A big man touchdown.
That would have counted. Big man touchdown on special teams or the heavy package. That would have counted.
All right. 1st and 10 for Force Lake. And do you think Coach tries to dagger him with one play, or do we run the ball a couple of times?
I think you're going to run the ball a few times.
Johnson puts a man in
or
motion,
just
and we dropped a throw. Outside, he was going to have Savageau open, but he had to get rid of it with the rush coming. And that one was way overthrown and incomplete.
Yep.
So, like you said pregame when we went over counter stats, although they were fantastic through 2 games,
It's unsustainable.
We did agree that it was just not going to be sustainable, and tonight he's had 3 or 4 incomplete passes. 2 of them, I'd say, were quote unquote on the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the rush. Coming
correct.
in.
Hard to get an accurate ball in the air when you got
nice
people
cut
all over you.
And there's a hold there.
Westman taken down just outside the 10-yard line.
Looks like you're probably going to get Durago for a hold.
But yeah, we were talking about Connor. Yeah, he's been facing a rush all night. Not a heavy rush. He's not getting hit every single time he goes to throw the ball. But
he's just got somebody in. He's just got somebody in his face, and he can't set up properly.
Can't fully step into it. That last one, I think, may have been a bit. Do we got Vin Diesel down there reffing the game tonight?
Yeah, and that was on Durago, who is 99.999% of the time a great blocker, and it's just one of those things that eventually you're going to get called.
You get called for it. It's football.
It's football.
If you end your career without a holding call, probably means you didn't.
You
play
didn't block. You didn't block at all. If you never get a holding call, you didn't block.
Handoff Westman. Coming this way, down the sideline, tries to cut back up, makes a few nifty moves, keeps his feet turning. And they were called. I thought the ref was trying to call him out at one point, but he did a nice job of tightrope walking down the sideline.
And getting back to that,
what you were saying.
If you are blocking and you're not close to getting a holding call,
you're probably not
blocking right either. It's a fine line, and those you keep the hands inside. Maybe you get a little jersey, but as long as it's inside, you can't see it. So it's part of the gamesmanship on the offense and defensive line there.
3rd down and long. Connor rolls to throw, steps up through a hole, takes off, and he just gets tripped up about 5 yards short of the first down. It was a good improvisation from the quarterback.
That was slippery because I thought he was going to get stacked up back there.
Going with the wind now. Do you send on? And he does come out. So we got a what's this going to be, about a 26-yard field goal?
It'll be at the 18 plus 10 plus 10, 38. Maybe 35.
Does it go from where the ball is set? I thought it was the line of scrimmage.
No, it's the ball plus.
Okay. Plus the 6. And the Rangers will take a timeout. Took too long to set up.
So it'll be a 35-yarder. It's from where it's the holder is set up at. Okay. So looks like it's 7 yards. Some guys take longer depending.
Yeah, so we'll be facing a 28-yarder?
No. It'll be on the 25.
On the 16.
It'll be on the 25. They set up at the 25.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll be
the
25 plus 10 from the end zone, so you get 35.
Math is hard.
Looks like he's setting up
34-yard.
34-yard field goal.
Anyuango. Snap, hold, kick is up.
And it looks good. No? Yeah.
It is good.
A little delayed call there. Let's walk 10 steps forward. Let's walk 10 steps forward, and then we'll decide if it's a field goal. But that was a great job. I didn't see who the holder was, but that was a great job by the holder. It was a little high snap to get it down, and on Yuangu did a good job.
I believe the holder is Savaggio.
Okay. So great job by Savaggio there to corral that high snap.
I like that call from the coach. Your quarterback being out there as a holder, I understand taking a snap, but at the same time, there's sometimes a lot of action around that holder with people diving in to take.
Right.
I like not having your quarterback take it, and I like your sure-handed receiver being the one to
and
have to catch
if
that
he
ball.
has to get up and run with it, you want a guy that actually can run,
Yep.
and Savage Joe is a solid receiver and definitely has some running ability. The other thing is great job by the long snapper, because on a night like tonight, that ball is wet and it's slippery on the ground, so it's not normally what you practice long snaps in.
And another booming kick. That one sails through the uprights.
And
He's got the wind
He's got
helping
the
him.
wind, and it looks like it's about a 10
wow.
10 mph-er.
That was a boot.
And it is a solid kick.
I think we can officially say, by the lights over there, that it has officially stopped raining. Looks like a little foggy, some hanging mist.
Maybe
But
a little
it has
mist.
stopped. It has stopped the downpour.
Right. And it does look like the track is starting to dry, so that means that it's not raining at the levels that it was.
Run left side, taken down for a loss of a couple. Five minutes, 34 to go in half. The Rangers could potentially get the ball back and score again before. Howie's going to have himself a day today.
He's going to have himself a day and a half a day.
Yeah, that's true. Scott, handoff, stretching it right side, taken down by the Ranger wrecking crew. That was Cody Akins on the carry. He is their starting running back.
Nick Loomis on the tackle. Also, Brooks Roan. Brooks Roan was the first one to hit him. Didn't quite nail it down, and then Loomis came in and cleaned up.
Cody Akins, their starting running back, so far through the year has been productive. 101 on 27 carries. He's got a touchdown, but he does have a fumble. Pitch out
that was
left.
Almost a Van Ginkel house call on that pitch.
Correct. Moody on the reception of that pitch.
Yeah, that pitch was almost taken to the house the other way. I didn't get a number on who was knifing in there, but
punting here on fourth down. Commande will go back to basically his own goal line again. Roan to return for the Rangers.
I apologize, everybody. I
You had a little tickle in the back of your throat.
Yeah, I was mowing the lawn yesterday, and we haven't had rain for a while, so had a ton of dust.
It is a high kick that drops straight down, takes a Ranger bounce.
Ooh.
But then after the
I thought that was rolling on the ground. I was like, Brooks could have just, tried the old scoop.
Grab it and go.
Grab it and go. Once a defensive player touches the ball.
The punting team.
Yes, the punting team touches the ball.
If they don't
corral it right away, the receiving team can pick it up, and even if they do fumble, they get it where the original
it's a free play
contact
basically.
was. Yes, they get it where the original contact was on the ball. So it's kind of a free shot if you can.
It's a high football IQ play if you can pull it off.
Right.
Johnson brings the offense back out, ball on the 49. Westman in motion. Johnson drops to throw. He's got Durago at the 40, and he's out of bounds. Just across. Ball will be spotted at the 38. That's a first down, Rangers.
And that'll move the chains.
Nice little throw by Connor, dropping it in a bucket there. What happens when he's not pressured? He had all day to throw and made a very nice toss.
Yeah, and it was a good anticipatory throw because Durago had to run under it to get there.
Yeah.
And that's just good timing by Johnson and Durago there.
Well, and that's what we've seen from Connor as he's out of the pistol here with Richley to his side. Johnson keeps up the middle, going to be close to another first down, maybe a yard or two short.
Yeah, I think it might be a half yard.
No, they're going to give us the first.
All right. Yep.
But Johnson has been throwing with anticipation this year.
Yeah. Which is one thing that he was lacking a little bit last year.
Yes.
We didn't, you were talking about how we have definitely passed it less this year than last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this year is
Johnson looks to throw again. Steps up, but is going to be dropped by the Wolfpack. Number 92, Robert Schmitzer, on the sack.
And this is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen. We were going to pass more. We were going to do more things that you normally don't.
You normally pass. You pass with the wind.
Right. And you normally don't make these plays because a lot of these plays, if something bad happens, you are, you're behind the sticks 8 yards, just like we kind of are now.
This, I think, is a good test for Connor running a 2-minute drill, in a way.
Right.
I mean, I know he's got favorable field position. Handoff, Durago up the middle. He'll get past the original line of scrimmage and pick up a few more. It's going to set him up with a 3rd and medium.
Yeah, 3rd and medium. I think no, this should be 3rd down, I believe.
Yeah, 3rd and 7. That's what I thought.
This actually, I think, is 4-down territory right here.
Oh, 100%. Unless they really want to see what Anyuango can do with the wind at his back, I agree. It'd be fun to see him try and kick one. Johnson rolls right to pass. Throw downfield.
Caught.
And what a catch by Savageau. The distraction of a defender's hand in there, and he still reels it in. First down, Rangers, and they are in the red zone.
That'll move the chains.
First down and 10. The Rangers able to pick up a first down right at about the 5-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here before the halftime break.
And I think the Rangers can take as much time as they want here. Not really a under pressure 2-minute drill, but
Johnson rolls left, looks to throws end zone. He's got Westman there, tried to jump and catch it behind the head of the defender. Incomplete.
I don't know. That one.
That's one of those ones that you got to teach West. I think if Westman woes up about another yard short and goes up in the air, jumps a little early and lets that defender plow into him, we got the ball a little bit close to the end zone.
Yeah. But, he kind of looked back and gave the defender a good indication when the ball was coming, and that's how they avoid the penalty. You can kind of turn your head just a little bit, and the contact there is you're going for the ball.
Johnson handoff Richley up the middle. He's got blocks, keeps his feet moving down defenders. To the 1.
That'll be a minute left.
We got to get Richley a touchdown. He's been toting the rock pretty well with Mac being out. Call his number again. He's doing a good job of following his blocks and not letting that first guy take him down tonight. He struggled with a little bit of that last week, but I'd love to see him punch one in here. Johnson, handoff Richley up the middle, push that pile, and he's going to be drugged back just short of the line to gain. And I think Forest Lake's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think you just got to run a stretch play the next time and just stick your head in when you get the extra yard.
Good replay here. How close did he get?
He was on the 1. Might have lost a yard.
I think they gave him a gain of 1. It was 1st and 2.
Okay.
When they spotted it. It's now showing on the board 2nd and 1. So 32.8 seconds to play in half. I think the Rangers can punch this in.
Yeah, I really think that.
I think if we score here, I'm not even if we score. I think this is probably it for 0-1 coming out of halftime.
I think I think the old heavy package should be going in and make my call be absolutely correct. That this is the game.
You want your
if you joined us for the podcast, I called the heavy
all
package.
Year you've been calling a heavy package touchdown.
No, but I said specifically this game was going to be it.
That's true. We got the little bit of a T wishbone here for the Rangers.
Right, definitely something that we haven't seen from the Rangers.
Johnson under center, handoff. Richley going right side, spins his way into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Force Lake, ball loose.
Well, once you cross the goal line,
Rangers are still going to cover it up. That's a touchdown. And the Rangers continue the lead. I don't know who they're giving it to. They blew that whistle late.
It seemed like a good shot here by Brian.
Great replay by Brian.
Oh, he was in.
He was in.
Once you cross the goal line, it doesn't matter if you're, an inch past the goal line. You're in. So a fumble doesn't matter.
That is definitely a touchdown for Richley, his first of the year. Anyuongo to tack on the extra point. Can he get it over the fence on the other side of the track?
Oh!
That's in the parking lot.
He bounced it through, though. No. He hit the upright. Hit the upright, and it bounced over into the overhead huddle camera. That
was such a line drive kick. I thought it was for sure going over the fence. I lost it.
I mean, if he didn't hit the goalpost, that would have went in the.
That would have been a parking lot ball off the fire engine out there in dead center.
Yeah. Had a football-sized hole in the flag.
Let's see. Here we go.
Watch this thing just donk, but it bounces through and
it just sneaks in.
He hit it so hard. He hit the goalpost so hard that the other goalpost leaned forward, and that might have been just enough to not double doink that thing and have it bounce out.
Anyuongo will be kicking off here for the offense, or for the Rangers, excuse me. And that one is going to be short to the goalpost, but still into the end zone. Touchback. Heads up, Brian.
Well, you figured out the way how they can't have receiving yards against
Paul,
you.
can we get a replay of Brian's angle there? That'd be a fun look. Figured I'd challenge you up 32. No? Darn.
So the replay is a little difficult. He's got to decide within 4 or 5 seconds that he has to has to hit it, and
that was a late call by me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Scott can do here with 30 seconds left. Quick pass outside to Commande. Going to be taken down, gain of a couple. Clock will wind, and we will see.
If you're going to stay in bounds, you might as well cut inside.
Yeah, I don't understand the tightrope in the sideline, but going down in bounds.
Right.
It looks like the Wolfpack will be just fine taking that into halftime. So the Rangers up 32-0 at half.
All right, and I think we have a little bit of extracurriculars. We have the Rangerettes coming out, and then we also have a senior shout out night thing coming that'll be coming your way in this halftime. So
we'll take a quick break now.
And then we'll have all that stuff come through and
be back to recap the first half and get ready for the second.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us.
Enjoy the halftime show.
Hey, Ranger fans, can we have a Ranger welcome for our newest Rangers in the north end zone? Ranger kindergartners, our high school seniors would like to welcome you to the district with a special gift. The SAD Club would like to thank the Forest Lake Lions Clubs for their contribution to our halftime program. Kindergartners, would you meet our Ranger seniors at the 50-yard line? Let's have one more big hand for our Ranger seniors and our newest Rangers, the kindergarten class, 25-26. in front of our home crowd, the 2025 Rangerettes. And there they are, everyone, your 2025 Rangerettes.
watching over the cameras, and we are ready to get the second half kicked off. Park will be receiving it in the north end zone and fighting the wind. And a booming kick. I believe that's another made field goal.
Yeah.
That's got to count for a point. We got to change that.
I think you should be able to. So isn't it the XFL that
Yes,
they
I
did
think
that
it's
where
1 point if you get it through the uprights on a.
And when it was the XFL, not anymore when it's the UFL, like when they merge, but they used to have it so you could kick a longer field goal for more points. I believe it was like if it was over 50.
I remember the newest version of the XFL, the one full season that they had that. It was 1 point for a kickoff. Scott doing a good job of weaving his way. Going the other way. Roan's got it. First pass of the half for Scott, and it's going the other way. And I think Scott got blown up after the play, if we got a replay of that one, Paul. And that's the last thing that Wolfpack wants to see. I believe if that's... I'm going to follow QB1 here. I don't remember if he couldn't see if he took a shot.
No,
if
that
was
doesn't look
14.
like QB1. I can't see. It does not look like a 14.
No, that's not him. That was close because we just had a nice conversation with a couple of a member of the Park coaching staff. They have 2 quarterbacks left in their program.
Yeah,
they've had nothing but quarterback injuries this year, and it's a huge reason why they're struggling.
They said in their freshman game they had their quarterback stay overnight in the hospital, and we wish him well and hope he's doing well out there. For all you Park fans, if you're tuning in, just know that we're thinking of your guys. Their starting quarterbacks. He said that he broke his kneecap, which, man, that's got to be painful. Yikes!
Yeah,
breaking a kneecap.
I remember my first day of 9th grade football over here on these fields. 9th grade was on the far field all the way down by the district center.
Yep. And
then there were 3 other fields, and one of our starting linemen dislocated his kneecap. Not breaking it. It was down on the side of his leg. And I still remember the blood-curdling scream from 3 fields over. I can't imagine what it's like to break your kneecap.
Yeah, I broke my ankle, and I had the biggest blood-curdling scream as well.
Johnson, quick pass right side out to Westman. Cuts back in, stays on his feet.
Wow.
Good balance down there. To the 6.
Yeah, so I broke my ankle, and that they couldn't pin it, they couldn't cast it, and I just had to walk around with it not walk around with it, but be on crutches. And it was October, icy. Fell down on my ankle that did not have a cast on it. That felt great. But yeah, so we really feel what Park is going through. We've all been on teams like that just can't catch a break every once in a while.
Handoff, Westman left side. Dekes in, takes the hit, but plows into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, Westman, 2nd touchdown, and didn't he have the 2-point conversion? Or no, that was Connor Johnson that ran it in for the 2-point.
38-0 for the Rangers. So I would bet this would be a 0-1's last series out there.
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be close. I mean, they might have planned on playing 3 quarters. I mean, I think that maybe the field conditions are a little bit better, and maybe they feel a little bit better about running the ones a little bit longer. But had it still been raining and wet and nasty.
Anyuongo kicks it over the fence and into the fans. Tacks on the extra point, 39-0. your score over the Wolfpack. So the boys will get ready to kick this one back off down the park. And, yeah, I mean, at this point, I think for both teams, the aim of this game is experience for your up-and-comers.
Right. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would bet you Scott probably stays in for a good chunk of this game. Being the JV quarterback, normally having to play varsity now, he's going to struggle, but he needs the time and experience.
For Park, you mean?
Yes, for Park.
Yeah, I would sincerely hope that we definitely, man. There's another
kick.
That is a field goal. The crowd knows it. Touchback, that is a field goal.
I like the touchbacks that we've been getting today.
Right. You don't have to worry about them returning it if you kick it through the back of the end zone. So let's do a little recap. So we got some different stuff this week that we did. We did our podcast from the studio. A little different look to it.
That's going to be the new norm.
That is going to be the new norm. And
Scott, quick pass out to the left side. And Commande is going to be taken out of bounds a yard short of the line of scrimmage.
DJ Westman on the tackle.
So we got the podcast.
Yeah, we got the podcast, and we had this whole game has been a comedy of calamities. We were going to do a pregame show, which we didn't get a chance to do. The rain kind of put a kibosh on a lot of the stuff, and
now we got
Degerstrom
Scott trying to run out, and not Howie.
No, that's Loomis.
Loomis brings him down from behind.
Degerstrom had good outside contain there and made him hold up, and then Loomis just comes in to clean up.
Loomis wanted that one bad, coming around here, just chasing him down.
Yeah, Degerstrom just missed him, and Loomis came in. Howie was right on his heels, too.
So this is going to be the crappy part is now Scott's going to have a lot on his shoulders because a lot of these downs and distances that he's been facing tonight are longer, and so you got to get out there and throw it and face this rush.
Oh!
Good hit. Ball incomplete. And now it's going to be fourth and very long.
I think that was Schleif on the hit.
Inside the 15. Trying to look down the sideline and see if a lot of the offensive starters still have their helmets on or if they're in the high school version of having the headsets.
Well, Connor still got his helmet on. Connor and Jack Shilgren are down here.
So they might put him out a few more times. I mean, I guess like we were saying, this is the time now to throw what you got as far as tricks in the playbook that you want to see if they'd work or not. That punt's going to angle out of bounds. We're right at about the 38-yard line, and that's where the offense will come back out.
And it is the number one offense still. We got Logan Speckle, Westman, Connor.
I mean, as a head coach, these boys are here to play.
You know, the offensive line has done a great job. You got Bodine and Xavier Lopez there in the middle. They've been doing a great job opening up holes right through the middle.
First and 10. Conversation between Durago and Johnson. Westman goes in motion. Johnson drops to pass, steps up, and right in to a rush on the outside. And I believe that is the same guy as last time.
I think that this is one of those plays that we were talking about that we really haven't run that much. That we're
right.
That would explain why Durago had no idea where to go.
Johnson was ordering him around, trying to get him lined up.
Like, they're probably trying different looks and different play packages than normal right now. And I fully condone this action as far as, figuring stuff out that you might use later on.
Durago with the handoff up the middle. He's got vision. He's got moves. He's breaking into the open.
It out. Oh, Westman, you got to block the guy.
He turns the corner and thinks he's home free. And Westman just completely forgot to look back for the lead block.
Right. Durago with great vision just bounces out.
I think
uses Jack.
He's looking at the safety, and he's got the safety
right,
and then he runs right underneath him. You gotta get your body in the way. I didn't hear no bell. Pitch out to Richley, left side, trying to get outside.
Oh,
and not called a horse tackle, just brought down backwards. That's one where Mac would have cut up off of Durago there and probably taken a hit into the end zone. Richley tried to stretch that out around a block that was being blocked out to the sideline.
I believe that might be what the NFL considers a hip drop.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he had him. I mean, it was a little high, but he didn't have the hand inside the pads. Johnson shifts two tight ends. Hand off Durago, spinning, keeping his feet moving, carrying. Wolfpack players down the line will be taken down at the 6-yard line. Forward progress gets him to the 5.
And once again, a big shout out to the crew upstairs. I went and helped them take a tent down up there, and they are fighting some wind and some weather up there. Good job by the crew up there, and they are fighting a whole bunch of cameras and cords that are not working out well.
Johnson with Durago in his left pocket. Sends Westman in motion. Handoff, Durago right side, trying to squeeze through a hole. Stays on his feet and is going to be brought down at the 3-yard line. And do you kick a field goal or do you go for it? It's going to be 4th and about 2. We got a Ranger down and maybe a member of the Wolfpack both.
See a Wolfpack member down.
Durago stayed down next to him, but he's up and walking to the sideline now.
See what happened here.
I just think stuff that way.
Oh, wow. Number 3 got his knee just absolutely
rolled up on?
No. It went the wrong way.
Oh. So maybe we refrain from showing that replay again?
Yeah, let's not show that one.
Okay. I mean, it's on.
It's on there, but that was.
I mean, the good thing is they're able to. It looks like they're working him out here, and he's bending his knee. But.
Yeah, that did not look good from what I saw.
Yes, I didn't see the number of who was down, so I really didn't know who to look for and missed it.
I didn't see the number who was down, but I kind of saw where he was, so I was watching that player, and he was falling down like this, and somebody fell right here. And
I see.
And
a little hyperextension.
Yeah, and it went a good 15 degrees past where it should. So that we hope he's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like they're in a rush to get him up.
No. I would not be after that. This
might be a golf cart ride on this one. Looks like they're going to get him up.
And that is number 3, Zach Carr.
Yeah.
We hope he's all right.
Okay, well.
Man, this Park team has just got the
injury bug.
And it's a tough thing to see. You know they're hurting, and then it just compounds and adds on, and really, really tough to come back from.
Well, the game does, in fact, go on here. 4th and 2, Rangers keep the offense out. Westman in motion. Johnson going to run right, throws. He's got Westman wide open, keeps his feet in bounds, and that's another touchdown for the Forest Lake Rangers.
And that'll be Westman's third
of the game. Hat trick. Score is 45-0.
I believe we are going to get into the running clock
very soon.
What is it, halfway through the third quarter?
I'm not exactly sure. I know there's got to be a certain point differential in the game.
Well, I believe it's 35.
Okay. I'd have to brief myself on those rules.
I believe it is 35, and it's a running clock midway through the third quarter.
Onuongo on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good.
And Onuongo continues to have a great kicking performance.
We'll crank that Soulja Boy in the third quarter.
I believe we might be going over my over-under number.
Whenever a 35-point score differential is reached after the first half of play, the clock will run continuously. Except for, I guess that's Nebraska State. Should look up Minnesota. A line drive kick by Onuongo goes through the end zone. 35 points or more in the fourth quarter, the clock will continue to run.
Okay. And is it at half as well?
No.
Okay,
Fourth
so that was
quarter.
just Nebraska rules.
Yes. That was the first one that came up. I didn't realize it was Nebraska until I went to the PDF.
All right. So it looks like we will have a running clock once we get to the fourth quarter.
And the only time the clock will stop is a team timeout, an injury, a penalty, or a score.
Okay, so we still could have multiple stoppages.
Correct. Scott and the Wolfpack back out on the field. Nifty run here
there was
for the
a hold
Wolfpack
there.
Outside.
There was a hold by number 1, Matthew Commande, on on Brooks Roan. Got a solid piece of jersey there.
Second down and 7 to go. I think it's closer to 6. Ball is on the 24-yard line.
I think the refs might be keeping the flags in their pockets a little bit here.
I would bet. Scott throws a ball high up in the air, up and intercepted.
Tamakung.
Third of the
season.
And a flag on the play. They may have gotten Tamakung for a unsportsmanlike or a taunting.
Maybe.
If we got to replay the end of that. I didn't see Tamakung do a whole lot.
Yeah, it's probably after the play because it looked pretty clean. They both went up for the ball.
Well, I still even mean after, other than jumping up and down with his boys. I didn't see exactly what it was.
Well, they are moving the ball back, so it does look like the interception will stand, and it does look like it is 15 yards.
We'll see if we got whatever the penalty was on camera.
This was a great high point jump by Tamakung, though. He comes up.
Mossed him. Come down. What's the flag here? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I still don't feel like that's very... I mean, maybe because of where the score's at.
I mean, the score is 46 to nothing. We don't really... We know...
I didn't think that was enough to warrant a 15-yarder, but, I mean...
I mean...
First down was a 5-yard run by Richley, by the way.
In the spirit of good play.
Yeah.
I get it.
Johnson, handoff. Richley maybe gets the first down. We'll see what they call.
Yeah, it's going to be right with the first down marker.
They're going to call it a first down.
All right. So, once again, if you see either myself or Noah and you have somebody logging in on the stream
farther than
Collinsville, Illinois,
let us know.
Let us know.
Johnson, handoff, Richley, up the middle, getting good blocks and not going down on first contact. Gain of 5.
Oh, and one other shout out now that we got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
The Laschak family, those cookies.
Yeah.
Those cookies. I mean,
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And they definitely brightened the spirits
of our
camera people upstairs that are fighting everything that is going wrong with them. and so once again, Stefan, we didn't get a chance to say hi. We were kind of dealing with a whole bunch of stuff in here, but hope you
Ranger big run down the left side, brought out of bounds at the 25, and now we got to start looking at our
Max
cue cards.
Johnson, number 21.
Nice carry for him, first down inside the 25.
A junior. So, yeah, once again, we didn't really we kind of had stuff going wrong, and we would have liked to give you a little bit more time. Sorry we didn't get to say hi and shake your hand.
Check in from Huron, South Dakota. Not as far as Collinsville.
No, but thank you for tuning in.
Johnson, pitch out. This is going to be Jarrett Cooper trying to get to the corner. Close to the first down.
Now, Montana, if you got anybody from Montana tuning in, depending on where they're at, Montana takes like a day to drive across. So if we have anybody from Montana, it's going to be further than Collinsville.
Let's see, 2nd down and 1. Richley still in the backfield. And then Garrett Cooper split out wide to the left, going in motion. Handoff Richley up the middle, falls forward, down to the 10.
All right.
It's gonna be
looks
second.
like we got some new players in on the offensive line. Number 72, Zachariah Smith coming in. I think
we need the monocular.
Yeah, we definitely need the
today.
monocular here for numbers.
Johnson back to Cooper. Cooper, right side, down to the 5. Jarrett Cooper, a junior. He's listed on the roster as a defensive back, but getting some time in at that slot wing position tonight.
Well, and this is what we want to find out. We want to find out what we got. If people have to play a position, what they can do, what they feel comfortable in.
Looks like at a tight end spot, that's Anders Peterson taking it down to the 1. Anders Peterson, another junior, be playing wide receiver for us full-time next year.
Actually, it looks like most of the offensive line is still in. Got Logan Speckle there.
Rayfield.
Bodine. Center is going to be one that you're probably not going to swap out just because.
We got a new running back next to John, or in the backfield. But Richley gets the carry down to the 1 again. I didn't see exactly who lined up next to Richley. Actually, you know what? I believe that was Anders Peterson that was lined up in the backfield with him. Yep. 4th down and 1 yard to go. It's been a long one on this series. It's been 2 plays that we only needed 1 yard, and we haven't been able to punch it in. Wolfpack defense is starting to stand up here. Quick handoff, Anders Peterson, touchdown, Rangers.
All right.
Anders Peterson with his first varsity touchdown.
All right, so my over-under number has been reached.
46?
52. My number was 52.
I was looking at the scoreboard. Sorry, we didn't have it updated just yet.
So we're at 52-0 with 142 in the third to go.
Anyuango to attempt the extra point. Snap down, kick is up
and good.
Good.
And to the fence.
53 goes the point total.
3-0.
So now we'll see how many of the Wolfpack players. There's a nice camera angle of the extra point. Fantastic.
Look at this. Look at this. Just
love
sailing
that,
it over,
love
Brian.
that
Look at
angle.
that. Great job, Brian.
Attaboy, Brian.
Woo! All right, so kind of a weird thing here. We got DeMonso, Owen DeMonso, starting to take snaps down there. Looks like he might be coming in if the Rangers get back on offense.
56.
56, not listed. So he's probably the...
Oh, the quarterback will be Alex Sanchez.
Alex Sanchez?
18.
Oh, 18. I thought it was number 12. Okay, sorry. Alex Sanchez. Yeah, it looks like he will come in.
Excited to see this kid get in and get some varsity action. I've known him for a while. I've coached him in a couple of 7-on-7 leagues. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Very good football player.
All right. Well, and, you know, it's good to get him some time under the lights.
100%. Anyuango, can you get it through the uprights again?
Oh.
He does. Nearly hit Brian. Do we have a Brian angle, and can we get a replay? Let's see. Do we got it? I mean, this has got to be one of the best angles in high school football.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Hey, he gets out of the way.
Yikes.
Don't really get to see the ball there, but man,
he
he's
came
come
within
close twice.
about a foot of hitting him.
Yeah, keep your eyes to the sky there. The jostle of the camera may have taken his camera out. Looks like the Wolfpack is back to running the two running back set here with looks like Garrett Macias.
We got A.J. Wiley in on the tackle there.
So Garrett Macias, and who is the other one that was next to him in the backfield? Is that still Cody Akins?
So we got number 93 in Asher Wilson. He's coming in, and freshman.
Low snap off the ground picked up. That's going to be Cody Akins. Plunging forward for a gain of 5. 3rd down and 5. And I think we got another We do not. I thought we had another Wolfpack player down.
Adrian Irish getting some time in, too. I mean, it's got to be really tough playing defensive end when you got Howie Johnson and Nate Schleif out there that have been starting since their sophomore year.
Well, luckily they don't have to go against those guys now. The defensive line looks like it's starting to change over.
No, I'm saying the guys
Ball on
behind.
the ground, and Park is going to take a huge loss.
And that is going to be Asher Wilson, as well as number 34, Aiden Waslick. Waslick's had a good game. That's the fourth tackle I think he's been involved in. He had those two that were almost fumbles down in the red zone. I mean, not in the. I don't know, what would you call that? The opposite red zone back there.
Well, we're headed to that side of the field now. And if there's one saving grace for the Wolfpack here, it's that they will now be punting with the wind and can hopefully pin the Ranger offense back.
Yep. And also the fact that there is a running clock.
Here we go. Yes.
The running clock will... Uh-oh.
Fourth quarter. Fishing in the dark. The old third quarter to fourth quarter staple here at the new Forest Lake field.
Hey, look at this. Even Park knows it's our song. They got their phones out.
Yeah.
Little,
this is every stadium's starting to get their own little tradition for the going from the third to the fourth quarter, and I'm a big fan of the way that Forest Lake does this.
I mean, it's tough not to. I mean, it's Forest Lake. You got 5 minutes and you're fishing from high school, All right, Brad's got the swagger on.
Here we go. Fourth quarter of this Ranger broadcast starts now.
This is
Monde in the punt.
Definitely return formation.
Great snap, low line drive kick.
Wow. That one's going to get a good roll.
And a fantastic roll. Roan's still standing next to it.
Get a little wind
Down
assistance.
To the 15. So the Rangers are going to have a long field.
All right, so we got your guy, Alex Sanchez, coming in.
Here we go.
So what's Sanchez's what's his strength?
He is
Mr. Coach.
The tough part is I've only really seen him in a 7-on-7 situation.
Okay.
So he doesn't really
as quarterback
yes, as a quarterback, he doesn't really get to showcase any mobility. Although you do get a blitz during a game, and there was multiple times that blitz came, and Alex was athletic enough to get around it. So I guess we'll get to see a little bit more of the athletic ability from him if he keeps the ball at all. But he's got a good arm on him. He makes good decisions.
It's number 36, Harvey Martin, on the carry. And somebody from Park down. That one looks like a cramp. And the clock will stop for injuries.
Yeah, he's just a good football player. He was very coachable. I enjoyed the winter season that I had with him. It was I think it was
good head on his shoulder.
5 or 6 weeks or something like that. 4 or 5 weeks. Caleb has had a lot more time with him. So I'm betting going into next year we'll probably have a whole video of Caleb in to give us his 2 cents on next year's probable starting quarterback.
And speaking of Caleb, if you're interested in checking out other 6A scores, also if you want to know who... Ooh, wow, good pitch.
A good run.
Wow. That...
Sam Lutz.
All right, he showed me a little ice water in his veins there. Sanchez held onto that ball and...
Took the hit.
Hit. Made a great pitch. That's a tough one to do. He sees it. He knows he's getting hammered.
Luckily, the defender did
Yeah.
blow up there at the end, but
That
3rd and 1. Lutz still in the backfield next to Sanchez. Sanchez keeps himself up the middle.
Ooh.
He's going to get the first down by a yard and get shoved back. Nice little run. Nice little keeper up the middle.
So we got Emmett Shoput and Tanner Lipinski in. He's a sophomore. Ross Christensen coming in. So we got some new guys on the offensive line coming in.
Sanchez sends a man in motion. Keeps himself and ran right into a wall of Wolfpack defenders.
If that was a run pass option, I think you got to give them that one once you get to the mesh there. Anticipate that breaking down on you.
Richard looks like he is in at tight end. Luke Richard.
And Owen DeMonso checking in at wide receiver.
Sanchez give to Lutz. Lutz, the good run up the middle. Going to gain 6 or 7. Make it 3rd manageable. Zachary Olson looks like he's out there at wide receiver.
Luke Reichert checks in at tight end. Rayfield spot.
3rd and 3, ball in the 27. Alex Sanchez in at quarterback, keeps himself right side. He's got the first down.
Wow,
and
that's a
few
great
more
push.
yards.
Great push. Ross Christensen, man, he was blocking 15 yards downfield. Wow.
So, Brian, if you want to go the other end.
The Forest Lake Freightliners got some.
They got some dogs coming up behind
Yeah,
him.
got a few more dogs coming up. Tanner Lipinski over there.
It's showing good depth
Yeah.
at a lot of our positions here. Lutz still in the backfield. Sanchez works out of the pistol. Takes his snap, hands off to Lutz. He's stacked up about a yard short to the line of scrimmage. Stays on his feet through that push, but whistled dead. Forward progress, they'll give him just a loss of 1.
And I'm going to give a shout out. Number 54, Ian Felton, coming in as the backup center, and I mean he's had some solid push up the middle. Also seems to have the exchange and
Yeah, I was about to say, not a bad snap yet.
so
Sanchez on a
that was one position I thought that they might not swap out, but good job to him.
2nd and long. Keeps himself up the middle and spins directly into a defender. I think that was probably the right call, even though it only goes for a yard. The one guy that
pitch
came
it back.
up,
You pitch that back, and that is
they had a defender
trouble.
splitting him. Yeah.
Your camera's still going, but they
Well, now maybe we'll see if Alex can have a shot downfield.
Yeah, here we go. Passing down, 3rd and 11. I guess 3rd and 10 now. See how many of these receivers got hands on him. Alex rolls right, looking to throw, steps into it, down to the sideline, and throws it out of bounds over the head of his intended receiver. Caden Davidson on the other end of that one.
Looks like they will punt.
A good first series for him. I mean, I know he probably wishes he could have connected on that pass, but, I mean, they did get a 30-yard drive out of it.
Right. 30-yard drive. Also, get some plays in, get some reps in, get a couple of first downs.
Well, hopefully the defense can go out and do their job and get the boys on offense one more short series. Anyuongo to punt it for the first time tonight. high wobbling punt. Doesn't go far.
That is into the wind that we have been talking about.
Takes a Ranger bounce. I know it's probably not overly into a 20-yard punt, but not bad when you're punting into a 10-mile-an-hour wind.
Don't know who we're all shouting for.
Who's everybody going crazy for?
24.
All right, so Noble Yang checks in. Crowd favorite.
School favorite. We had a couple of those when I was playing. It's all the way down here on the bottom of your screen, 24.
Yep.
Who else do we got out there? 37, Mason Stream. 35 looks to be the other safety, Connor Hoffey.
Tyler Nelson at linebacker takes Nick Loomis's spot, it looks like.
Josiah Whitehill over on one end, that one up the middle. Host of Rangers in there on the tackle.
And if they get a first down here, I think this is where they just
run the clock out, basically.
Yeah.
Tyler Nelson down there. Looks like he's got some size. Number 10.
Yeah.
They're scared to put a receiver on it.
Oh, wow, all kinds of movement.
And that ball's
that
loose.
Is loose. That is behind him.
And picked up by the Wolfpack.
That is going to make it.
That was a big hit by a member of the Rangers on their quarterback. He's getting help to the sideline.
Yeah, there was a host of
Not
Rangers
what you
there. I'm
want
not
on that
sure. Not sure who all was there. Number 95, Adrian Irish. Yep, that was Irish. Ooh.
I think he got stepped on.
Well, he kind of got grabbed and his back got wrenched there.
So we get a punt here from Commande. Nice long punt taken by Roan at the 35. Started to head right, now goes left. And
Yeah,
we'll go
just get
out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
And 146 left. Let's see if
See if
Coach.
B-Scout lets Alex take a shot.
I mean, I'd be all for it. Once again, we're talking about point differential and things like that. Also, it's not just point differential. It's when are these kids gonna, they might not be in this situation all season. This is what they play for. They come to practice. All these guys that are getting in there for the first time, because we have played really close games. Give them a shot.
Sanchez sends a man in motion.
High snap.
Keeps himself right side, breaks a few tackles.
That'll be a Ranger first down. That'll move the chains.
They're going to call him a yard short.
What?
And a member of the Wolfpack goes down after the play. So with 47 seconds left, we're going to get a stop. Might be one of those times that you just
So we
let
got
her go. I don't know. We'll see what B-Scout decides to do here. I think the Rangers played. I think this is probably the best game the Rangers have played as far as disciplined football.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
there's
not been
been
too many mess
very few penalties.
Yes.
And, another part about that is this has been a pretty relaxed game for the Rangers. So, like, a lot of those penalties, like false starts and things like that, they typically don't happen just because, maybe you're not all amped up trying to,
The adrenaline's not flowing as much.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So 47 left. They're not taking a knee. Sanchez out of the pistol, takes the snap, keeps himself, now flips to Lutz. Lutz around the corner and out of bounds down the sideline, and that'll probably be it.
I don't know. It looks like they're lining up. On a hurry-up. 27 seconds to go.
They're not going to run a play.
They're not going to run one. All right.
That's it.
So
a big win for the Rangers tonight.
Big win.
By a score of 53-0 as the clock
and
goes
you know
to
what?
0.
If you tuned in to the Ranger podcast, I was 1 point away from my over/under number. And we had a 2-point conversion. Had that not happened, I would have nailed it. Boom.
I think that this is this is one that the Rangers needed coming off of 2 nail-biting finishes.
Yep.
I mean, they probably knew going into this one that where the Wolfpack was with injuries and record and even in the last year.
Right.
But there is something to be said about having a game where you can do the beatdown factor and just not take your foot off the gas pedal.
Well, and also not have to recharge your pacemaker.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
100%.
It's one thing that, it takes a lot to plug in the old pacemaker every week. The cardiac Rangers of the last couple of years. This is a nice, relaxing game, and a shout out to Parkin. Once again, we hope everybody that a big shout out to Park and their coaches and their players that have had a rough season with injury problems, and we hope that everybody that was injured tonight is okay. And we wish them a speedy recovery. And a big thanks to everybody tuning in. We got the Ranger faithful rushing the field.
I will say, I don't see anybody player-wise left on the bench over for Park. One person over there that looks like he could be on the bench, but hopefully, I can't really see into the scrum, but hopefully that means that
number three
is up and well.
Yeah, Zach Carr.
Yeah.
We really hope he's up and fine. It looked like a pretty nasty hit. Just knees aren't supposed to bend like that.
All right, well, Joel, real quick, give me your player of the game.
Player of the game tonight for me. You know what? I'm gonna give it to somebody that I don't normally give it to, that had quite a few shout-outs on the defense playing with the ones. Number 34, Aiden Waslick. He had probably 3 tackles for a loss, or combined, like it was half tackles for a loss. Came in, played well. And I realized that, DJ Westman had multiple touchdowns, and, but those are the things that we kind of expect. I kind of like giving a shout out to the guys that are not normally in, and all of a sudden show us something up here in the booth, like, hey, wow, who's that guy?
Yeah.
And, DJ Westman had 3 touchdowns, and, definitely give him props. And then your normal Durago, but my player of the game, Aiden Waslick.
I think I'm going to give it to There's a few I got in mind. I guess if I had to give it to somebody, I think I'd give it to Richley.
Richley played very well tonight.
Just this week, stepping up while Mac's gone. Durago got a handful of carries, but it was a handful. Like last week, they realized with Anoka that rush running Richley might not be the most effective last week. He was very effective this week.
Right.
And I think that was I think he played fantastic. I can't wait to see the stats get entered so I can actually see how many yards he pulled out this week. But he had a great week. Ended with a touchdown. I saw him step up and take on a couple of blocks when needed. I think that's the guy I'd give it to.
All right, and just remember, like and subscribe, hit that bell. That'll tell you when we're coming on, when we're going live.
Look for the podcast.
Look for the podcast on Thursday. Also, we may run it prior to the stream next Friday, possibly.
We're gonna try.
If you miss it on Thursday, but make sure you like and subscribe to Lakes Area TV. Hit that bell; it'll tell you when the podcast is up. It's usually Thursday morning. We'll be coming to you from the studio, all professional-like and stuff.
Yes.
I
guess with the theme nights, I would also say, I believe Randy Shaver still does the tackle cancer, and I believe there's a way to donate for that.
Okay.
So run that, and then just a big special thank you to all of our first responders out there tonight.
Absolutely. And also a big shout out to the Ranger faithful. We had full stands even though it was raining.
100%.
Man,
best fans in the state.
This team shows up. This team has fans that show up and shows out. They were loud and proud, a good win. And you know what? My over/under number, 1 point off. Man,
I'm pretty good with that so far this year.
I'm a total of 4 points off of the total for 3 games. 4 points total for 3 games. It's pretty solid. I'm a little shameless plug there.
Alrighty, everybody have a great weekend, and we will be with you right back here on Lakes Area TV next week for Woodbury. And you know what? That one's homecoming. We always pack the stands for every game, but let's pack this place to capacity for homecoming.
Absolutely.
And we can't wait to see you there next week.
Let's get those stands a-rocking.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.